Hello all, this is Pawan Kumar and Veera Reddy. We are assistant professors of EC department, GRIT Hyderabad. Here we are there to explain you about the VLSI design lab, which you are going to see in third year first semester, and the course code is GR18A3042. Okay, so in this lab, what we are going to do? The main agenda of this video is in this we are going to see about the syllabus. Next one is in the syllabus we are going to see what are the different types of experiments we are having, and tools. Coming to the tools, what are the tools we are going to use in this particular lab, and we are going to give some introduction about the IC technologies, and in that we are going to cover different generations of ICs. Next one is IC community, next one is Y chart, and later we are going to see design flow, that is VLSI design flow, and later we are going to see design styles, and after this we are going to see how to work on the tool, and last but not the least, CMOS circuit design we are going to see in this particular video. So coming to the first one is nothing but the syllabus. So in this syllabus we are having different experiments are there. Okay, we are having different experiments, and out of these we are having 15 experiments. So in the first experiment is nothing but the layout design rules. That is the design rules what you are going to implement for designing different circuits will be briefly explained in this particular task. And coming to the next task, we are going to see about the inverter, and different combinational circuits are going to see, that is nothing but NAND, NOR and OR, XOR, 1 bit full adder. Later we are going to see static RAM, and next one is latch. After that, binary to gray converter, and different types of amplifiers we are going to see in this particular lab. Okay, and out of these 15 experiments, 12 experiments according to our college, 12 experiments are sufficient for attending the examination. So that is about the syllabus we are having in our lab. And regarding the tools in this lab, we are going to use Cadence tools, and there are different types of tools are there. This is called a synthesis tool, and in DE lab we have gone through the Xilinx lab. So the Cadence lab will be similar to that of the Cadence lab, and here the Cadence lab is of different versions are there, and in our college we are going to use University Bundle 4, UG Bundle 4. This is called as, or else it is called as UG Bundle 4, and it is basically an server based tool. And in this Cadence we are having different tools for doing different types of operations. So for our lab we are going to use the tool Ashura. Ashura is a tool what we are going to use in this experiment, in our lab, sorry. And coming to the brief explanation about the IC technology, I hope all of you know what is meant by IC. IC is nothing but integrated circuit. That is nothing but we are going to design different components in one particular IC or in one particular chip. It is called as an integrated IC or integrated circuit or IC. So this came into existence because previously there are different circuits are there with the help of resistors, capacitors, all the passive components or active components are going to use. We have used different passive components and active components. So now we are going to implement it on one particular IC. So before going to this IC design, okay, previously this design was done, all the circuits were designed by using vacuum tube. So this is the vacuum tube, and this is also called as thermionic valve or vacuum tube or vacuum diode or Kentron or thermionic tube or Fleming valve, because this is being invented by Sir John Ambrose Fleming in 1904. Okay, so these are the different types of ICs we are going to see. We have seen in our labs, in your existing labs or in the previous labs, we have seen, we are going through these transistors. Next one is LEDs we have gone through. All these things are nothing but ICs. Okay, so this came in the invention of these transistors are being used, came into existence in 1947, and it was being invented by William B. and Shockley. So here the transistor, and later after this usage of this vacuum tube, they went with the designing of circuits with the help of these transistors. And later in 1947 the first transistor has been invented. Okay, so this is the first transistor which is being invented in 1947 by William B. Shockley, right? So then all the components are all the discrete components are there in the circuit, so it is not an easy task for combining all those things, because some wires has to be used, and some power losses are being present due to that connection of the wires. As the distance of the components increases, then the power consumption also increases. To reduce that, that is one of the factor ICs came into existence. So in this first semiconductor chip was being designed with the help of two transistors, and later as our number of operations are being increased, and as the complexity of the circuits are being increased, so different types of components are being implemented or integrated into a particular IC. So this depends upon the as the number of components are being increasing. Okay, so there are different generations of ICs are there. So just like our computers, we can see that Pentium 1, Pentium 2, now i5, i7, i8 are different generations are there. So in similarly, these are nothing but the processor what is being used in that particular device. So this is nothing but the number of components placed in this particular IC. So coming to this generations, we are having different types of generations. So in that first one is a small scale integrated circuit. Next one is MSI, medium scale integrated. Next one is LSI, large scale integrated. VLSI, very large scale integration. And next ULSI, that is nothing but ultra large scale integration. And nowadays we are going with the giant scale integration. Okay, so these generations came into existence depending upon the number of components, or you can say instances, or the number of gates which are being used for designing a particular circuit. Okay, right? So these are the different generations. Okay, so here you can see in this table the different generations and the number of transistors which are being used on the chip. Okay, so if you see SSI, only 10 transistors are being used, and in MSI 100 to 1000 transistors, and in LSI up to 20,000, VLSI up to 1 lakh, ULSI up to 10 lakhs, and if it is more than that, we are going to use in GSI. So for these are the nothing but if the number of transistors are being increased, so if the complexity is being increased, then what we are going to do, just we are going to change the generation, so that it will be easy for us for designing the particular circuit. So these are the thing. And here in SSI planar devices, so logic gates and flip-flops, all what you have seen here examples. So these are the examples that are being given, right? So these are the different types of components that are being designed by using these different generations. Okay, and coming to this next one is IC community. IC community is nothing but total entire design will be done by using these three components, right? In that first one is, we'll say that silicon foundry, next one is IC design, next one is CAD tool providers, right? So the IC designers, they are going to design an IC with the help of these CAD tool providers, that is they will provide software tools, and with the help of these tools the IC is being designed, and these ICs are being designed in this by the designers, by the design rules which are being given by this silicon foundry. Okay, so these three are internal related. So the IC designers, they are going to design mask layouts are being designed, and next one is simulation, all these things will be done, and all these things are in accordance with the silicon foundry. That is what will say DRC, design rule check, we are going to use. That is nothing but the rules which are being given by this silicon foundry, and these things are done by using the tools which are being provided with this CAD tool providers. Okay, so hope all of you understood. And next one is Y chart, right? So here we are having three channels will be there. One is called as three domains. One is behavioral domain, next one is a structural domain, another one is a physical domain. So behavioral domain is nothing but we are going to design the behavior of the circuit, and structural domain is nothing but the structure will be designed, and later the physical design IC will be designed in this particular domain, which is called as physical domain. Okay, so for example, in the last semester, in the last year, we have done the DE lab. In the DE lab, what I have done, just we asked to write an program or to write design an algorithm for designing a two input AND gate. Right, that is the algorithm we have written, that by using a VHDL or Verilog you have written where some logic condition is C is equal to A double ampersand B, which is nothing but AND operation of these two inputs A and B, and the output will be saved at C. So that is the behavior domain. And with respect to the behavior domain, after simulating it, okay, the design will be converted. Okay, so the processors or registers or ALU or a leaf cell or a transistors, with the help of all these, any of these, okay, depending upon the complexity of our circuit, that total circuit will be created. And here we are going to get the virtual design, and this virtual design, after obtaining the virtual design, it will be sent to the foundry. So the masks are and all these remaining things will be done here, and finally a chip layout will be designed, and finally in this physical domain we are going to get the physical output, that is IC is being designed, right? And coming to the design styles, there are different design styles are there. So if you are considering this one as an IC, this IC can be designed in any of these three states. One is called as full custom, next one is semi custom, another one is programmable. So in this full custom, what you are going to do, just we are going to design right from the starting state. And semi custom is nothing but with the help of gate arrays and standard cells. Some cells will be there which are nothing but called as predefined elements, and with that predefined elements, if you are going to design the circuit, that is called as semi custom. So in the VHDL also we have written some program IEEE, include IEEE, some library we have used, that is nothing but a predefined elements which are being used, which are being given by the foundry, and we are going to implement in our design. So that is example for semi custom design. And later what you have done, just after writing the program, what you have done, just we are going to dump it in CPLDs, just like the cool runner kits what you have used. So that one, it is done, that type of design it is done in this programmable logic devices. Okay, right. And next one is we are going to see this VLSI design flow and all these things in the next video. Thank you.